Hello everyone, welcome to Art with Kendra. In today's quick little tutorial, I'm going to draw this very simple cartoon penguin. I am drawing small because I like to put little pictures in my daughter's lunch kit every day, so I think she'll really like this one here. Now I'm going to start with just a small piece of brown paper, and these are the tools I'm going to use today. I'm going to start with a light blue alcohol marker. You will notice when I draw with this marker that it looks quite dark, but the reality is that when it dries, just like when you get a page wet and it looks dark, even though it's transparent, you'll notice that this too is going to lighten as it dries. All right, so I have my nice big kind of snowman. Start off with your snowman, and I am going to fill this in. Now, the blue is going to end up being so light that it will barely be noticeable, but it will give me an undertone for my white. And I think because, I think about penguins being in a cool environment, I think the cool undertone for the white will be nice. Now what I'm going to do is draw the beak using a diamond, and I'm just going to use this here. A little diamond right there. Look how easy that is. For those of you who don't know how to draw a diamond, just draw a square and turn it sideways. Boom! I'm also going to draw just a couple little lines down here for the feet. I do not believe penguins have orange feet, but one of the lovely things about cartoons is you can do whatever you want. So you can give yours purple feet, doesn't really matter. Now I'm going to take my dark gray. I'm intentionally not using black. This allows me to use black for dark if I want to. I'm going to start off here. I'm just going to kind of give myself a little bit of an edge, pressing really light, just feathering the page. I call it feather. When I just barely touch the page, I feather it. I think that's just a me thing. And I'm going to draw that number 11. And then from the number 11, we have a couple little round areas that almost go to the outside. Give myself a chin there. And that white continues on the belly. Fun fact about penguins, the white and black is actually camouflage for in the water. Because when they're in the water, if you're looking from the top, you'll see the black back. And that will blend in with the darkness of the ocean. And if you're looking from underneath, like you're a shark or you're a seal or something, you will see the white belly, which blends in with the sunshine. So it's a camouflage technique. And now every time you look at a fish, you'll probably notice that there's a lot of fish out there with white bellies, and this is why. All right, so I'm just kind of filling this in now. So we have this almost number 8. Now we're filling the number 8's outside in with the dark. So this is the black. Again, that camouflage technique, fun facts. Actually, I know a lot of fun facts about penguins if you're curious. Let's see, there we go. And because the pen is running out of ink, I'm actually not going to draw the eyes with the pen. I think I'll switch to my micron here. So my eyes, I'm just going to go like this on either side of that beak. There we go. So that gives me a little bit of a crisper edge. Oh, I forgot the wings. Now penguins, of course, do not fly. But they are technically birds. They are covered in feathers. And I believe that they have wings. I believe that is still the technical name for these appendages of theirs, even though they are used as flippers. But I think flippers are technically different. There we go. So using that same pen, just using the other side because it was proving to be a little bit sticky on this side. You can actually see a texture difference there, which is interesting. Now I'm going to use white. I'm just going to use a white colored pencil, and I'm going to color in the inside. I should pick a light source. My light source is going to come from here. This is pretty loose. Let me just sharpen this. So my white source is my light source, my white, bright highlight on the light side. All of the things is going to be coming in from here. So I will press just a little bit darker on the highlight side, just to help give it a little bit of form. Yes, we are drawing a simple cartoon style character today, but even in a simple cartoon, lighting is still important. It helps tell your story. There we go. I'm going to draw that nice, powerful white on this side as well, which will help to push that part forward. Now I'm moving in a circle. So by moving in a circle, I get a little bit more consistent pressure and a little bit less back and forth texture. So circle shading is a really good way to shade, whether you're using colored pencil or graphite pencils or even marker. Often going in a circle helps because when you're moving your pen back and forth, or your pencil, or whatever it is you're using, you start and stop. And every time you start and stop, you put more pressure on the page, which creates a deeper value or shade. So for consistency, going in a circle is a good way to go. So I almost always try to move in a circle so that I don't start and stop and accidentally press hard when I don't mean to. So I have that kind of colored in. Now what I can do is maybe add just a little bit of shadow even into the white. It's feeling really bright, even though I pressed much harder on the highlight side. I can see the difference. It still feels a little bit on the bright side. So I'm going to actually use this color here, give it a little sharpen. This is a purple. It's not a really potent purple. It's in the cool side. So it's a purple that contains much more blue than red. And you know, we have that slightly blue undertone of the marker. And I think that just adding this into the white is going to help to make the white look a little bit more shadowy, just a little bit on that shadow side. And I also have pink here. Now, penguins are covered in feathers. They're very special feathers. Some of their feathers are even covered in oil so that they don't get wet and cold. Even though they're in the water, right? They need to be able to dry off quickly, especially if they live in the Arctic. So no blood vessels to turn any feathers into a blush like I'm doing now. But you know what? It's a cartoon. So again, do what you want. Now, because I'm seeing a different texture here, I'm going to go back in. This is an extra step. You shouldn't have to do this. And I'm going to use this side of my pen just to add a little bit of darkness here. Sometimes when alcohol markers dry, they get sticky. And I can see that this particular pen tip is feeling a bit sticky. I can kind of see it even as it's putting on the page. I can feel it pulling a bit. I just wanted to make sure I was matching that. And while I'm here, let me just add a little bit of a cast shadow. This cast shadow is going to help, again, just to tell that story. It'll help to define those feet. And I'm going to blend that with a lighter color. So this is a 50% gray. And I'm just going to do some circle shading here, moving in a circle again. And because I'm massaging the alcohol marker that I just applied, it's actually going to blend that into the page in a really nice way. So anytime you want to blend something like a shadow like this, just kind of go in a little circle, do your circle shading over top of your darker color. Use a lighter color to go over your darker color, and you should be able to get that. I'm going to add a little shadow there, right? Because our light's coming in like this. We'd have a little shadow on the feet themselves. And I'm going to add just a hint of a highlight into the wing here, waving hello. There we go. A little bit of a highlight here, just using that purple. So it's actually the shadow color on the white part, but it's the highlight color on the penguin. I'm going to put a little bit of it there to push this wing back. Look at that. Beautiful. So this gives us a bit of a highlight on the black. Using colored pencil and marker together is super duper fun. It really is. Now I'm going to add a little bit of a highlight onto the beak. Beaks are kind of, they come forward like a, you know, like a diamond or like a triangle kind of shape. So I am going to just add a hard highlight there, and that's going to help push the other part of the beak back a bit. And I'm going to go in and just make this just a little bit more blended here with my colored pencil, a little bit crisper. Do the same thing down here. Here we go. All right, it's looking pretty good so far. I think I'm going to add a little bit of a highlight to these eyes here. Bloop. Just using gel pen for this. The reason I'm using gel pen is so that these highlights are a little bit more obvious than the white of this, a little bit of a different texture. So I think I will go in with this one here. And I'm just going to very carefully add just a bit of a shadow here. I don't want to go too much, but I do want to just push that beak forward a bit. So contrast, again, is a really good way to push something forward. And even though we're doing just a really simple drawing today, these little things that we do can help with that, right? We add contrast, we add a shadow, we apply really basic lighting, and it can make something pop in a really different way. So just like that, I need to separate my little foot here from the paper. So I'm going to add a little highlight there, a little bit of a highlight there. And we have our cutie pie penguin. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'm just going to add a little bit of background, kind of ice or something here. I hope you enjoyed this video, and, you know, subscribe if you want to see more. Usually my videos are more complicated than this, but, you know, I'm kind of in, I don't know, mom mode, I guess I want to say. I'm making cute things for my kids lately instead of doing really complicated paintings, and I'm really enjoying that. So I hope you are too. I hope you found this enjoyable, and happy drawing. Thank you so much. Bye.